Shit, you're so fucking ugly, motherfucker. You have no personality, no looks, nothing going for you. And you're picking up this phone. For what reason? Because you have nobody else to talk to. And even I reject you. You're such a scumbag. And the only reason you get on my shit, motherfucker, is because I told you the truth and you can't take it. Big bad.
Hello?
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 Yes.
Yes.
Who you want to speak to?
Who you want to speak to?
Well, so long now.
Well, so long now.
Hello?
Hello?
Who's this?
You already know, honey, if you're anybody. Obviously she knew. One time, this one gay friend of mine and I, the one that got me the number from the stud, were in a really cruel, vicious mood. This is the one that I really get playfully vicious with. And he asked me that once. He said, well, you know, I know you don't like women, so what if you had a daughter instead of a son? How would you treat her? I said, oh, I'd probably just put her in a cage and shave her head and make her wear faded, torn-up thrift shop clothes to school so the kids would tease her, and feed her bread and water as I ate cake and really gorgeous foods right in front of her. I'd let her smell it and maybe take just a taste, but I'd never feed her anything else. And then we both started laughing. We're just being vicious to be vicious. We would never really do these things, but it was fun to think about it. Don't you know who this is?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, who is it?
You really don't know who this is?
Should I?
Well, you're supposed to, yeah. Most
Sorry.
people do.
No, I don't. I'm sorry. I'm kind of embarrassed that I don't, but...
Put your head in a hole.
Uh-huh.
Preferably your mama's. What I picked up from that guy was I was picking up some bad vibes. He was eventually going to say something. He thought he had somebody on the line that, they don't know where they're calling. I'll fuck with them. You know, that kind of attitude. And I picked up on that through his tone of voice. Just the very beginning, he said something that kind of triggered it off. So that's why I was not nice to him.
Hello?
Hello?
Who's this?
Don't you know?
It's me, then. Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
You still don't know?
Well, it says Miss Cat will be calling. Is that you?
Oh, of course.
Oh, really?
Not enough to take up on that.
Yeah?
Very good.
I'm right in front of Keystones right now.
Oh, yeah, I know where the location is. I have all my numbers.
Well, did you know Dead Kennedys were playing tonight?
Oh, yeah, somebody told me about that.
Why don't you come by?
I saw the posters.
So why don't you come by?
There was this one guy that was trying to commit suicide one time when I had called. He was thinking about it, and he was trying to get a hold of suicide prevention. But their line was busy. Well, I talked to him for 4 hours, and I hadn't heard from him in a long, long time. And 8 months later, I finally got a hold of him on one of my booths. And he says, do you remember me? And he sounded so different. And he told me, he says, you know, the advice that you gave me and what we talked about really made sense, so I decided to, take it. And he said, I just waited till I got out of high school. And he said, I told him to start associating not with high school people, but people outside of high school, preferably older people. And I think he could relate to them better because he's too mature for his age, And so he did that, and he started making really good friends, people he could really relate to, and then life wasn't so hard for him anymore. How boring. Hopefully shit, I'll get it all before. I have 26 booths, and I call them all anytime I want to, at random, and they're all marked with black marker, Ms. Cat will be calling you. And so people know which ones I call. but they never know when they're going to get me.
Scratch your eyes out, bitch.
a warning to you. It's just a warning. It's just a warning. They're always lying to you. Lying to you. Always lying to you. It's just a warning. They'll never tell you the truth. They'll never tell you the truth. They'll never tell you the truth. It's just a warning. They want your bodies and soul. They want your bodies and soul. They want your bodies and soul. It's just a warning. You better do as you're told. It's just a warning. There's no such thing as the truth. No such thing as the truth. It's just a warning. They're always lying to you. It's just a warning. They want your bodies and soul. They want your bodies and soul. They want your bodies and soul. It's just a warning. You better do as you're told.
Just to explain what the Democratic War Chest tours were, first they were organized sort of in response to the very boring conventional leftist protests that are controlled, pre-planned, put down any kind of spontaneity. The Democratic War Chest tours, basically what it was is touring the corporations in the financial district, going into the financial district to get away from their protest zone, which was a giant parking lot surrounded by riot police and barricades in front of the Moscone Center, basically going to where the decisions are really made, which is in the heart of corporate America, and showing we had facts, and as we go from corporation to corporation, we would talk about which corporations contributed to which Democratic politicians, how much they contributed to the Democratic Convention, and what those corporations did. We left from the Moscone Center. We started going downtown. We stopped at we were stopping at the corporation, stopping at Wells Fargo.
This is Wells Fargo Bank. They invest in nuclear war. They invest in 32 of the top 35 nuclear corporations. They also invest in Central America and South Africa. I don't know what you're thinking. We'll go on to the next stop.
Then we went to Bank of America Plaza again. We gave the rap again, started to get in a circle, and suddenly a whole bunch of police showed up and they started to surround us.
And within minutes, there were hundreds of cops. Quickly, police in riot gear moved in by foot and moved in by horse and surrounded the demonstrators and herded them together against a wall. Construction workers overlooking the action cheered police and booed the demonstrators. Sheriff's Department buses were moved in and the arrest began. One at a time, the protesters had mugshots taken by officers with Polaroids and flash cubes. Police say 87 people were arrested in all, put in plastic handcuffs, and driven away. We talked to demonstrators and police about what happened and got two completely different stories.
We stayed on the sidewalk and we banged the walk signs. And the police are the only ones here disrupting traffic. They've closed the street.
It was a legal, peaceful protest. They're tying up the city. Walking the streets, banging on the windows at the Bank of America building, trying to get into the building after it was closed, laying down on the street of California, laying down the street here on Kearney in Sacramento. They've been booked for blocking the streets.
Witnesses say that didn't happen at all, that they were just walking on the sidewalk.
Well, that'll be determined in court, won't it?
All right, so during the RAR show, it was announced that these people had been busted earlier, and then I would say it would seem like at least 1,000 people went down to the Hall of Justice.
Everyone knows about the Democratic War Chest tour that just got busted. People are requesting at the end of the show, at the end of the Dead Kennedys, we all go together to 850 Bryan Street. 850 Bryan. We're standing up. And it's really fucking beautiful. People willing to take their time out and protest on the street and confront the police and confront Kissinger, confront Casper Weinberger, confront Jerry Falwell, confront the war machine. And it's a fucking beautiful thing. Just last year, the rock against Reagan, there was no one confronting hardly nobody. Everyone was isolated, and here we are all together.
Just about the time that Walter Mondale was speaking tonight, about 2,000, mostly punk rockers, marched from Moscone Center to the Hall of Justice in San Francisco. Some of them sat down on Bryant Street between 6th and 7th, blocking traffic.
You fail to disperse, you shall be arrested. No KKK, no fascist USA. No war. No KKK, no fascist USA. No war.
An army of riot police, armed with nightsticks, some on horseback, began to clear the streets only 4 blocks from the convention center.
Some people got away. About 250 people sat down in the street because they were surrounded and trying to stop the police from rioting.
No police riot! No police riot! No police riot! We're ordering the police!
About 50 other people were arrested when the police charged down the street, clubbing people. Undercover cops were grabbing people and throwing them on the ground, just like being very brutal. A lot of people got hurt. A lot of people got bullshit charges.
Police tonight say that most of those arrested were charged with misdemeanor counts, but there were also 9 felony arrests for assault on police officer and for inciting to riot. Some protesters were slightly injured, but no police officers were reported hurt. All in all, police seemed to act with restraint, and the situation really never did get out of hand. Reporting live in San Francisco, I'm John Fowler, KTVU, Channel 2 News.
This is the Universal Media Network.
Dave walks up to Katie and says, "Hey, Mama, what you doing?" Katie exclaims, "You lousy thing, you," while knocking Dave flat. "You got a lot of nerve, the idea." Katie starts to walk, and let's see, where is she gonna walk to? Well, not yet. She's so mad that she trips over her miniskirt and it came off. I give up. I won't fight it anymore. Dave is on the ground at the foot of the H building stairs. He's shaking his head and saying, "Oh no, where is my style? What would Ernal think?" A gust of wind picks up Katie's miniskirt and blows it down the corridor toward the bottom of the C building stairs. The people in the guidance office of Alhambra High School see the miniskirt and they all dash toward the door. One problem though, 20 or more curious high school students of Martinez cannot squeeze through a door all at once. They're all at the door pulling and tugging. Now let's see, I lost my place again. They're all at the door pulling and tugging.
Did you get your place or did you lose it?
No, I got it.
Okay, great.
You want to start in again? 1970. That's when it happened.
Is that the year the Beatles broke up?
I don't know anything. I just want real. It's not me. It's them out there. Okay, we're still in the guidance office at Alhambra High School right now. All these people that see Katie's miniskirt are trying to get out. They're telling each other to recede, but no one budged a centimeter. Presently, the vice principal, Ralph Jackson, was leaving the vice principal's office, which is located right next to the guidance office. He's just about to light up a perfectly good cigar when all of a sudden Katie's miniskirt goes all over his head and covers him. He was in a rage. Katie kept on running down the corridor. At the C building stairs, there are about 20 boys, all nude at this time. They're all chasing Ricky Avila into the corridor. They are all screaming. By now, the whole school was in an uproar. Katie threw her bra at the oncoming crowd. Ricky and Katie were both now completely nude, as well as the other 20 people. They both ran past room A5. Then they went about a block and got over on G Street, and they started heading down toward the Safe Muffins parking lot. Everywhere was mass confusion at this time, and senior citizens came out of their houses on G Street. Their lower jaw would drop. You'd see the nude figures dashing all over Martinez. Then they took off down Alhambra Avenue, all the way down to Ferry Street at Martinez. I'm not really sure where they went after that. That's the end of my dream. That was a dream I had in 1970, all about Martinez and Alhambra High School. Now I'm gonna fade out now. That didn't make much sense, did it? I'm gone. Goodbye.
And some of them are catchy songs.